Well, first off, I mean, Johns Hopkins is an outstanding program. Their coach, I only met him briefly today. I thought he did an outstanding job using his timeouts. I thought in the first, I mean, they were more ready to play than us. I thought we were very flat early. They scored 15 points in the first 6 minutes. You know, the senior kid, Hammer, is phenomenal. You know, like he's just such a hard matchup. He uses screens, he reads screens. He had the fake use the screen and popped for the three, which is like their pet play, and they obviously watch the Scranton film because he got beaten on it twice now. And you know, I think that their bigs are just so mobile. You know, like they're not the traditional bigs that like we face sometimes, like MIT, where they're just going to take a spot. And they do a terrific job with shot fakes. I think their point guard, Vasilidis, number 5, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but you know, like I think he's the barometer for them because he never gets a lot of credit, but he gets them into stuff, you know. And whenever they need a basket, you know, Hammer was just phenomenal. You know, like out front they went 1-4 high, and he went off as if he was going to use the back screen, and he popped back out for the three, beat us once for the three, and then he beat us the next time because we overplayed it, and they got a layup on the high play, on the lob play underneath the basket. You know, their length, their points when Billups 41 was in the game was really hard for us at points. You know, he really protected the rim well for them. You know, I thought in the first half, you know, like I said, the first 4 minutes they had 15 points, and then we held them to 15 points for the next 16, and I thought we started to get comfortable then. But I didn't really play with the same energy and passion that we did last weekend, and I thought that they took complete advantage of it, and they played their game. I mean, they're very much a high-skill team, more of a finesse than a beat-you-up-inside team. And at halftime, we just talked about we got to bring energy and get stops because that's how we play. That's do what we do, I guess, is the best I can say. And then, you know, these two guys have been scoring for us all year. I think it was 51% of our offense came from John and Joey. At this point, it's more like 85% of our offense comes from John and Joey. And, you know, during the year, we'd say, you know, we're scoring about 60 even though we're trying to run. And, you know, you got to hold them under. And now, you know, every team's better offensively and defensively. And, you know, we've held two really good offensive teams that, you know, shoot, you know, Scranton shot 40% from three as a team, and, you know, Johns Hopkins shoots 38% from three. They made 6 in the first half, they only made 3 in the second half, so I thought we made some good adjustments. And I just thought our guys gutted it out, you know, it was just about toughness, and we made enough plays, you know, I mean, it wasn't one play, but it was, I think, grinding it every single possession. Whenever we made a mistake, Johns Hopkins made us pay, and that's what great teams do. And, I mean, you know, they end up their season is at 25-5, is that right? Okay. Yeah. I mean, 25 wins means you know how to win, you know, and they take advantage of a lot of teams. They play in a phenomenal conference. So for us to be, you know, advancing is a credit to all our guys, and the fact that, you know, these two guys score when we need them to, and they're willing to make plays when we need them to. But it's our team defense that ultimately, you know, you hold them to 17 in the second half and 47 for the game. You know, I think that's ultimately what we're looking at. Joey in this gym plays fearless, and he's willing to shoulder the load. We've seen a lot of different ways to guard him, and we've made some adjustments, but ultimately we give it to him when we need baskets. You know, I mean, it's no secret. And, you know, it's a situation where Joey's versatility to handle the ball against bigger guys, use ball screens, but he's an underrated passer. I mean, he made some great passes and laydowns today. And, you know, the biggest thing I get on Joey about is you got to rebound and you got to play better post defense because we got to have everybody playing both. And he played with 4 fouls for a long time. Yeah. And Hopkins did a good job trying to get into him. And, you know, I think he, you know, again, like everybody else, he did enough. But Joey is special and unique because he can score from anywhere on the floor. And he can score against just about any matchup. Like I said, I thought Billups' length hurt us at points, but they didn't play him late. And I thought without the rim protector, you know, Joey was able to make a couple jumpers, like you said, 4 for 4. And, you know, he was ice from the line down the stretch, which was, you know, obviously at this time of year, if you're not making your free throws, it's really hard to win, you know, especially when we're scraping for 49 points in 40 minutes. So I think the biggest thing is, you know, you want to put your kids in positions that they can make a play, you know. So when we called the timeout and they were playing zone, we were going to run, you know, a flare no matter what, in that situation, hoping not only use Joey to get the ball, but potentially off the flare to get a slip, because everybody's going after Joey so hard. We thought we'd get an inside touch out of that situation. They did a good job, but it was one of those things where I didn't like what I saw. I felt like we were stagnant, which was how we were in the first half a lot, and we needed to just get together, and that's why we called the timeout. And the great thing was, I think it was 19.5 seconds, left in the game, and these guys were like, one more stop, and we played, what we call 5 guards. We can switch all the picks, and no one gave in. Ultimately, no one gave in, and then they had the 6.5 again, and you're just sitting there going, it's hammer time, it's hammer time, and even when you switch out, he still gets it, and it's a situation where I think sometimes you have to be a little bit lucky, because he could have hit the shot, and he could have made an incredible play that was a buzzer beater, and for us, he didn't. We defended it hard. I thought we got a pretty good challenge up, and I thought he was off balance when he shot it. So I thought we did everything we could in that situation to, maximize them shooting a challenge jump shot. I really was wondering if they were going to go inside, and because Bjornovic, if that's how you say his name, whatever, everybody probably pronounces it 40 ways, he does such a good job around the rim, and so, he was a concern. And obviously Curran is such a good inside-outside player, but, Hammer's going to get the ball, just like with us, Joey's probably going to get the ball, and, he missed the shot, praise the hoop gods, and you move on, and now, you got to go play Trinity, and, they're a bear of a team too. So, and again, anybody you play at this time of the year, they're playing really good basketball. It isn't necessarily the top 5 in the country, it's just who's playing the best right now. And it comes down to toughness, and we probably made, as Bill Belichick would say, one more play than them, and I thought our toughness in the second half defensively was really good.
Like you said, all year it's been the case. We had a game out at Clark, we were down big, we got in the locker room, and we just talked how one play at a time, we're not going to get the points back in one possession, we just got to grind it out just like we did today. Like you said earlier last week against Westfield, we were down 10 with 14 minutes to go. Against Beck earlier in the year too, we were down 17 at one point, and Skidmore too. Yeah, I mean we're confident and we're calm, and we're not freaking out on the bench. We know what we have to do to close the gap, and to our credit, we executed and accomplished that goal today.
I don't think my guy was crashing. I just tried to get in there, try to zone rebound, and luckily the ball bounced off a little bit to the left. I scooped it up and tried to kill some time, didn't get fouled, and ran out the clock. It's a good way to end a great win.
It just comes through the flow of the offense. I mean, Eric Dean can put up 19 in one night, and then another night it's someone else. Joey's always a constant. But whenever my name is called, I'm gonna pass, I'm gonna score, I'm gonna do what's necessary, whether it's rebounding or scoring, just to make it so that we can advance and keep playing as a group. One more game.
I thought he just played with more energy than the guys who started, and nothing against the guys who started, because all 5 guys didn't have the energy and intensity that we had in the second half, and I thought Bradley came in, and like you said, like he, in this game, Charlie in another game, gave us energy, and let's be honest, like he made a couple shots, he made his free throws, and we just were looking for someone to score, because look, all the attention's on the guys on my right and left here. And there's times when these guys are unselfish and they're not going to force, and someone else has to make a play. And the funny thing is, you watch us play offense, we share the ball. As much as we look for these two, especially down crunch time, like early on in the game, we're throwing it around the gym, as far as ball reversal and trying to get good looks. But, it just, like Sam had a 3 in the corner early, it just didn't go. And Bradley, was ready to go. And he's played, you got to understand where he comes from. He comes from, playing at, against DeMatha, in front of 10,000 people. As exciting as we have it here, and we're excited that people are hanging off the rafters, and thank God the fire marshal doesn't come in. This is not a big thing for him. You know, like he's more ready to play in this game, and he did it last week too in the first game. You know, or maybe it was the NewMac game. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the NewMac game where he just came in and made plays. You know, and he has a lot of confidence, and he's kind of the gentle, giant, quiet guy on our team. And obviously, we don't have the size, you know, that Hopkins does, but for us, he's a gentle giant.
Sure.
You know, you try and take your breath and eat some pizza, and then you look back and, you know, we always start with, well, what do we do well tonight, you know? And then we know every game's a different prep, because like in the NewMac, every game's a different prep. We don't have a lot of teams that play the same style. You know, I think Trinity is all about toughness. They grind like we do. They have some guys who can make shots and they're open. They're almost two different teams. You know, they have their starters who get into you, and they have one guy off the bounce who can really score it. And then they bring in three guys who can fire, you know. And that versatility, like, we got to understand it's two different games, you know. One game we could probably play really compact and try and swarm and surround the glass. And on the second one, it's like, boy, you better be out to the three shooters or else they're going 6 for 10 in the first half, like, you know, this team did tonight. I think it's going to be a game about toughness and execution and who's going to get to the line and make free throws, because they didn't shoot the free throws very well tonight. And as far as turning around, like, this is, you know, we had the NewMacs, we had last weekend, we had this weekend, you know, and we also had 2 other tournaments here, you know. So I think that we know what it takes, and we actually spend a lot of time saying to our guys, do what you need to do to get yourself ready. Obviously, stay hydrated, you know, like, this is really important, because this is when guys cramp up. And understand, like, we're going to send a scout to you probably in an hour and a half, you know, read it, and we'll send you clips, and then we'll meet and get ready to go. You know, and if you can't be up for a chance to go to Salem, Virginia, you know, first time in school history, I don't know, then you don't have a pulse, I guess. So, you know, I just, you know, I think you enjoy it for a couple more minutes, but then you gotta find a way to turn the page. And the other thing is just to recharge your battery and your emotions. And what we kept saying all year is our league plays Wednesday, Saturday. In order to win our league and be 13-1, we felt you had to play 2 emotional games every week. So we've been doing this since January, and I hope our guys come out even more juiced, more charged, and we're at home, you know. And, you know, hopefully Joey and Wick and everybody else get some good rest and, you know, can get some sleep. I think sometimes your head's pounding with the excitement of the moment, but we got to channel all that towards rest and come back at 7 o'clock tomorrow and try and get one. You know, it's going to be an exciting opportunity.
You know, I think we set big goals for us at the beginning of the year. So we just try to stay calm and, you know, take it as it goes. I mean, whether we're up and down, we find ways to win games and win in different ways. So just the seniors keep us level-headed and, you know, just try to find a way and just keep going. So
I think being at home helps too. We've played here, 16, 17 times now. It's just another game, and obviously has a lot of circumstances if we win or if we lose, but just going out there and playing every possession matters, and just executing and finishing.